Before we get started, make sure to turn on post notification and subscribe to the channel. 10 intergender matches WWE needs to book. Number 10. Seth Rollins vs Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins are currently sparking a major debate amongst wrestling fans when it comes to intergender wrestling in WWE because of the Twitter feud that is currently ongoing between the two of them. Both Lynch and Rollins are in the prime of their careers and on the best runs of their lives, and both are laying claim to being the man in WWE, which has led to them butting heads over social media, teasing a match against each other. With both talents being excellent workers and fantastic on the microphone, this is a match WWE could do tomorrow, and the entire WWE universe would be going crazy for it, as we really find out who the man is in WWE. Number 9. Charlotte Flair vs The Miz. Charlotte Flair always claims she's genetically superior, and because she's well built with plenty of muscle, she would make an excellent opponent for a male superstar if WWE was to start having intergender wrestling take place. Flair has been booked as a supreme talent in WWE who's head and shoulders above everyone else, which is why it would be easy for fans to buy into her against a man, and having The Miz be the opponent would be ideal. Miz could be his usual cocky and arrogant self on the microphone all the way until it came to being in the ring, when he would instantly turn into the coward that everyone knows and loves The Miz for being. Number 8. Candice LeRae vs Kevin Owens. Out of all the women in WWE, Candice LeRae is probably the most prepared to take on a male in WWE, as intergender wrestling is something that she is known for prior to joining WWE, often working intergender tag team matches. LeRae often teamed up with Joey Ryan to take on other teams and helped massively in making intergender wrestling popular. One of her biggest intergender feuds came against Kevin Steen, who's now known as Kevin Owens in WWE. While KO dominates Candice in terms of size, Owens is known for being an excellent seller and was always able to make LeRae look great in their matches, with Candice channeling her underdog spirit, which would make for a brilliant match in WWE, with two of the best intergender wrestlers showing everyone how it's done on the big scale. Number 7. Ronda Rousey vs Velveteen Dream. Ronda Rousey is perhaps the most believable female to be involved in an intergender wrestling match, simply because of her background in MMA, which has given her huge star power that everyone takes very seriously. Rousey has shown glimpses of the fact she could work against a male talent by standing up to Baron Corbin and even going one-on-one against Triple H at WrestleMania 34, where she took the fight to the game as the WWE universe erupted. The Velveteen Dream would make for an interesting opponent simply because of his character, which would create some brilliant pre-match promos, with the Dream questioning Rousey and then ultimately being incredibly scared until they finally locked up. Number 6. Sami Zayn vs Dakota Kai. In terms of sheer ability, Sami Zayn and Dakota Kai would be incredibly well matched when it came to an intergender wrestling match, especially because both superstars are fully focused on their kicking ability. Kai is the leader of the team kick and has some incredible strikes, while Zayn is also known for his striking, with his finisher being the hell of a kick. The two superstars would be able to base the entire match on striking, which would allow them to be fairly even. Because Zayn isn't the biggest WWE superstar, the size difference wouldn't be as hard for fans to wrap their heads around, and given that they're both terrific sellers as well as strikers, the match itself would be fantastic. Number 5. Sasha Banks vs Dolph Ziggler. One of the main reasons WWE needs to book Dolph Ziggler and Sasha Banks into a feud is simply for the brilliant promo work that they would be able to get out of both of them, as they could easily talk a crowd into being interested in their match. Both Banks and Ziggler have gimmicks where they believe they're the absolute best, and that's why it would work well against each other, playing off the fact they are both incredibly cocky and a little arrogant. Banks and Ziggler also happen to be the two of the best sellers in the entire company and would therefore be able to make each other look fantastic, with Ziggler especially being able to make the boss look like a credible opponent for him in what could be a very fun match. Number 4. Bayley vs Finn Balor. Bayley and Finn Balor would be another excellent intergender match to have, especially because of how close the pair are in real life, meaning they would do everything it takes in order to make the match a success. Bayley and Balor have been close friends ever since they were the top superstars in NXT, and they often used to be involved in segments together at live events, and that friendship has only continued on the main roster, with the pair teaming up for the mixed match challenge. Putting the two against each other in some friendly competition is something that the WWE universe would certainly be interested in, seeing and considering how popular both of them are. This would certainly catch the fans' attention. Number 3. Nia Jax vs Lio Rush. The classic David vs Goliath story is one that always works well in wrestling, and you couldn't get much better for an intergender match than pairing Nia Jax and Lio Rush in what is one of the only options WWE has where the female will be the favorite. However, just because of the size difference doesn't mean the match would be hard to buy into, as as Lio Rush has spent the majority of his career being put up against talent much bigger, meaning he knows how to work the situation. With Rush's incredible speed, agility, and movement being put against the sheer power and strength of the facebreaker, the match could be incredibly entertaining as Rush attempts to avoid all of Jax's offense. Number 2. Big E vs Peyton Royce. Comedic wrestling is often underappreciated, and when it comes to intergender wrestling, comedy is often the key, as it's a way to break the ice with the audience and also give a reason for fans to buy into the female talent, possibly winning. When it comes to WWE, two of the funniest wrestlers on the roster happen to be Big E and Peyton Royce, both of which don't take themselves too seriously, and that is why they would make a great intergender wrestling match. With the rest of the New Day and Billie Kay on the outside, there could be plenty of drama to add to the fun. And fun is exactly what it would be, as not every match has to be overly serious, and this is a perfect example of one that wouldn't be. Number 1. Bryan vs Asuka. In terms of sheer wrestling ability, Asuka is the absolute best on the female WWE roster, and Bryan can lay claim to the same accolade for the males, which is why they would be well suited for a match together. Both Bryan and Asuka know how to work a strong style match, which would mix well together, and given that Bryan isn't huge in height or jacked with muscle, it could very much be believable that someone as dominating as Asuka could get the victory, which is the key to a good intergender match. The match would be fantastic, high-paced battle, and would blend striking with intricate wrestling, as both superstars are also fantastic at submission style wrestling, which would create a bullying battle between two very popular talents.